Good day and welcome to another episode of Regional Review. I'm Kenya Kambowe, the Namibian Media Holdings correspondent in the Northeastern regions. On today's show, we'll be giving you a recap of events that unfolded in the Northeastern regions over the past week. We also have an interview with Mr. Paulus Hawanga, the founder of Naope, an organization that aims to protect the interests of parents in education. So check out the next video. Welcome back for the review section. Our first story is about the Ministry of Health and Social Services here in Rundu, together with the Ministry of Information Communication Technology, spearheading a malaria awareness campaign. MICT Information Officer in Kavango East, Cecilia Hambo, spoke to us, and this is what she said.
So what's happening is a malaria outreach activity that is being executed by the Kavango East Malaria Regional Task Force and the FLAME representatives. FLAME is an organization that supports malaria elimination activities in the region, actually, which consists of religious leaders. So these guys teamed up with the Kambowe East Malaria Task Force members to create a platform to sensitize communities about malaria elimination. The reason being, our region is one of the regions most affected by malaria. This year alone, so far, we've already recorded 499 cases and 4 deaths. So that for us is a very big number, and that is why we feel we need to constantly sensitize the communities and remind them that malaria also is one of those diseases that in the region that are giving us problems actually, and they need to protect themselves by allowing their houses to be sprayed during the IRS spraying season and by sleeping under treated mosquito nets. Those are just some of the preventative measures that they should constantly be practicing.
Okay. When you say people should allow houses to be sprayed, are there some people who are rejecting these sprays?
Yes. The reason why I think probably by now we've not even come to the elimination part yet is because many people in communities still refuse when the Ministry of Health teams go to their houses for spraying. They have all sorts of reasons. Some people believe that the chemicals smell, or there's all sorts of beliefs around the chemicals that are used, but these are actually not true. What the colleagues are trying to do is to protect these communities. Once the shelter is sprayed, then mosquitoes will not be able to rest on the surfaces of their shelter, and as a result, then they will obviously not be bitten by the mosquitoes and eventually get malaria.
Okay, thank you very much for your time and all the best with your program.
Thank you.
Our second story is about the National Democratic Party led by Martin Lucato, who at the press conference on Friday in Rundu spoke about a number of issues that are affecting the country at the moment, as well as the FEMA Act, which is, or let me say the Pension Reservation Act, which he said that NDP strongly condemns. This is what he had to say.
We condemn that situation.
Okay.
The NDP reject that issue. The money of the people, their money's rights could not be let me say, to be
Reserved.
yeah, definitely. They must not make a choice of the money of the people.
Okay.
The people should decide what to do with their money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now tell us in terms of what's NDP going to do to ensure that this doesn't happen?
Okay, we have already sent a very strong message to our people countrywide if they are going to force it to, let me say, to impose, the Namibian people, they are going to hold this national strike, and it will be a heavy strike to stop the government, and that government, if it continue to wish that, definitely they are going to be forced them out from, even out from the government, to save the people.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the stand of the Namibian people.
Okay, thank you very
Yes,
much.
yes, yes.
Awanga, thank you very much for making time to talk to us. Can you just tell us about Naupe and why was it established and what are the aims and objectives?
Thank you very much for really availing us this moment that we can share more about our newly initiated vision, and that is to be known as NAOPE. And NAOPE basically stands for National Organization of Parents in Education. We are actually parents in education. The establishment of NAOPE was done in accordance to Article 21. Article 21E of the Land of the Brave Supreme Law, which is the Constitution of Namibia, which basically avail us the opportunity to be able to associate, in any way that we can be able to come for a common objective. In this case, NAOPE is a non-profit making organization. It's a non-political affiliate organization, which is aimed at mobilizing, uniting, and bringing parents together so that they can be able to actively and be involved into the education of our children. That's basically what is it all about. And as we are aware, since our land of the brave attained its independence, we have known unions representing teachers. We have the Namibia National Teachers Union. We have the Teachers Union of Namibia on the part of the teachers, and you can name them. And on the part of the learners, we have NANSO, which is the Namibia National Student Organization, and we have SAN, the Student Union of Namibia. So, but when it comes to the part of the parental involvement in education, of course, we appreciate our government for having availed us as parents the opportunity to serve in the school boards. But then, with the vision of NAOPE, this actually came about having known that there is no parents organization. There's no union that represents parents. As I've mentioned earlier on, the teachers have got their own, the learners have got their own, but when it comes to the parents, we feel there's no voice for us. There's no voice of an active voice that is consistent, that's audible in terms of really to advocate for what we parents desire and what we want to see being delivered to be considered as an equitable quality education for our children. I think it's higher time. It has been a talk of the days and the months and the years. Now we are 32 years as we celebrated our independent anniversary. It's higher time that we come up with a parents' union that is now representing the parental involvement in education. And this is what NAOPE is all about. We have started already, and we have reached out to the regions because it's a national organization. We have started founding it now in Kambowe East region. And as we speak now, we have already held a conference, a school board and parents conference in Rundu Seket, which is a branch executive committee for NAOPE. We held a conference and the branch executive committee was elected. And this is already under the leadership of Mr. Moses Nyundu. And we also had the conference in Sambu Seket, where we have also held a conference, and we have already elected the branch executive committee in that constituency or that circuit, which is under the leadership of Matthias Muhembo. So this is basically what is happening, is what's going to happen in all the circuits, the regions, and we are going to cover the whole Namibia as a national parents organization in education.
Okay. Talking about targeting the whole country or all 14 regions, by when can the public expect that to materialize for NAOPE to be in all 14 corners of this country?
Yes, for sure we know that it's one step at a time.
Yes.
Because from where we started, if I may touch on the initial steps that we took, and actually the founding executive committee. We have a founding executive committee, which I am as the founder, being the chairperson also of the founding executive committee. So we began our journey with the consultation that we held with our Minister of Basic Education, Anangi Pondokwa, and in her delegation to the Deputy Minister, which also went very well with the delegation. And immediately from there is when we presented our constitution, is when we were given a blessing to go further on and consult the parents on the ground. And this is what transpired, a step at a time. Just to get there in terms of your question, when are we going to be able to reach out to all the 14 regions? So it's a gradual process. It's a step, one step at a time. When we received the blessing from our Minister of Basic Education, we did not stop there. We also went on and consulted our Minister of Higher Education, Honorable Ita Kanji, and with the delegation which was led under the leadership of our interim Secretary General, Mr. Stoker Stephen, and we were given a blessing. As we speak, we are now busy in Kambowe East region. When we are done here, we are able then to call again the founding executive committee with the leadership in place to decide the next region. So that's how we are going to go until we are going to cover all 14 regions. But as for Kambowe East region, which is now initially being confirmed to be the founding region, having stepped in the first step, we are likely to host our regional conference in September this year.
Okay. Now, maybe in conclusion, you can just tell us how does one become a member of NAOPE, and what are some of the things the public should look out for in terms of the programs now NAOPE is embarking on at the moment?
Yes, the membership is open to every parent out there. And parent, be it biological, be it a guardian, be it you have a child, in terms of maybe by form of adoption, So long you are someone who is entrusted with the caring and supporting a child, a Namibian child who is having access to education anywhere in Namibia, you can be a member of NAOPE, which means basically it's not only those who are already currently serving in the school boards or in the regional forums, but we are saying those who were already put on board in terms of NAOPE, because our structure stands from the sections in the schools up to the school board chairperson who is a parent to oversee those sections in the schools. And then we have a branch executive committee in that second level. And we have a regional executive committee at the regional level. And then we have a national executive committee at the national level. So the parents who have children in any school, I should also make an emphasis, whether it is a private or a state-owned school, so long you are a parent and your child goes to school, be it at primary, from pre-primary to primary, secondary, up to tertiary institution, even abroad, so long you are a parent, you have an interest into the education of your child.
Taking a look at the weather in the northeast, Nkurunkuru is sunny and pleasant this week, with temperatures rising somewhat from tomorrow. Rundu is mostly sunny and pleasant, with temps in the upper 20s. Mostly sunny and pleasant conditions are forecast for Kongola this week, and the same goes for Katima Mulilo.
That was it from me today. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for another episode of Regional Review, same time tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day.